Well, so we have to do the newspapers now. So we have the Daily Guide. So we start with the Daily Guide. The front page of the Daily Guide has a story: suspend EC boss. Petitioners tell Nana. And the story is on page 3 of the paper. Says the lawyer representing some aggrieved staff of the Electoral Commission who petitioned President Akufo-Addo for the removal of the chairperson of the commission, Charlotte Osei, from office on grounds of gross abuse of office and corruption, has asked President Akufo-Addo to suspend the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. The suspension, which is in the spirit of Article 14610B of the 1992 Constitution, according to Maxwell Opoku-Agyeman, the lawyer, is to pave way for the final determination of the matter by the committee established by the Chief Justice, Ofaya Akufo, to probe the allegations leveled against the 3 top EC officials without any undue interference from Mrs. Osei. I don't know if the committee is doing its work. And the committee is supervised by the Chief Justice. How can Mrs. Osei influence its activities? But anyway, so we have other stories there. Seize corrupt officials' asset, according to the Attorney General. And Kumasi ready for MPP conference. And we know that the conference will be taking place over the weekend in Kumasi. Now, new 470 megawatts car power ship inaugurated in Tema. And the story is on the page 3 of the Daily Guide. It says that Car Power Ship Ghana Company Limited commissioned its biggest power ship christened Karadenis Power Ship Osman Khan, which docked at the fishing harbour in Tema, the Greater Accra region. The power ship, which has a generation capacity of some 470 megawatts, it arrived in August this year and completed all requisite commissioning works and operational tests after we began supplying power to the nation onto the national grid. That's a good one. And we're told that the inauguration of the biggest power ship this month marks exactly 2 years since car power ship began operations in Ghana to generate electricity to the national grid. That's a good one there. Let's have the center spread. The center spread says 2 Ghanaian lesbians wed. And 2 women believed to be citizens of Ghana have reportedly tied the knot in a lesbian marriage in Holland. All right, so you see them kissing each other there in Holland. We're told they are Ghanaians. One has dressed as a male, the other as a female. So that's right. Minganju. Now we have pictures of the couple, names withheld, believed to have taken to have been taken at the private wedding ceremony in a city in Holland, have since gone viral on social media. All right. Now we have other story. Promzi challenges Reggie Rockstone to a rap battle. Promzi. So still, is this still singing? Okay. And then we have color goes away when you are so good. Color goes away when you're so good. Thomas Mensah tells black people. Yeah, true. But it shouldn't go away even if you're not good, because you're a person. He's wrong there, Dr. Thomas Mensah. I know, he's been around. He's said to be one of the great innovators of nanotechnology and its commercialization. Has a book written in that direction. But what he's saying is not right, really. Whether you're good or not, but because you're black, you should only be accepted if you're good. It doesn't make sense, I think. Yeah. White people who are not good and they considered to be white people, you know. Anyway, Ophelia Crossland unveils Swarovski's designs, and Ophelia Crossland used to be called Ophelia Nyantechi, I believe. Ajay. Okay, so we have those stories all in the center spread. But let's go to the Daily Graphic. So we have the front page of the Daily Graphic, and the story there is Mahama will be paid entitlement. There is government's top priority information minister. That's a good one. We hope that all the former presidents have been paid their entitlement, because they should be paid. Set up infectious diseases centers, and that is Thomas Bayo. And the story is on page 16. Ghana, we're always reacting. We know that meningitis has always been with us. We'll wait till we have massive deaths before, or reported deaths before. It says the Ghana Medical Association has called for the establishment of at least 2 national infectious disease centers to facilitate prompt diagnosis of diseases, health service delivery, research, and teaching. Yeah, but Okay, so we have work on Accra Kumasi rail line to begin soon. Hey, since before time, we have been saying we'll do railway. We never do anything. La la la. For real. Come on. Ghana. And the story is on page 16 of the paper. Says a German-French railway consortium will soon begin the construction of the Accra Kumasi railway line. And the project will be the first joint German economic activity in Ghana. When completed, and that's the good news about it, the railway line will boost trade operations between the Greater Accra and Ashanti regions and reduce the pressure on the Kumasi-Accra road. I agree. It should be done, then we'll all be praising. Because now, Charlie, we've seen plenty MOU signed and nothing has been done before. On the back page of the paper, we have mine workers petition Parliament over contract mining for fear of job losses. Now, we're told that Ghana, the Workers' Union, is saying that the excuses that the company is giving, that they are doing rationalization or, redundancies because of payment issues, could not be true. But, you're not on their balance books. They decide to say what they want to say. Now, we have the Ghanaian Times. The Ghanaian Times has on the story cop. That's a policeman. 5 others grabbed for narcotics. The story is on page 3 of the paper. I'll show you that story there. Weather not responsible for meningitis, according to Meteorological Agency. When did they become medical experts? Yes, weather need a problem. Also say because of weather. President lauds Liberia for peaceful electoral process. And we know that during that visit there, the president was honored with a doctorate degree from the University of Liberia, equivalent of the University of Ghana, Premier University. Ghana Mine Workers Union demonstration against Goldfields, Ghana. We're told that it's going to take place definitely. The story is on page 4. It says the Ghana Mine Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress yesterday besieged Parliament with a petition over what they said were attempts by Goldfields Ghana to review the engagement terms of mine workers at its Takwa mines. They said the plan, if carried through, could affect some 1,700 miners, and they were clad red. They were clad in red. The aggrieved mine workers also saying the move by the Goldfields Ghana Limited to resort to contract mining strictly on the basis of the limited life of the concession of 5 to 6 years is totally unfounded. It is misleading and runs counter to its own principles. Charlie, you want to reduce or reduce? Well, let's see how it goes with the Mine Workers Union. But on the back page of the paper, though, that's the Ghanaian Times, we have funding for removal of tree stump secured. That's a good one. And then we have the Ashaiman Municipal Assembly on Wednesday demolishing 50 illegal structures at Apostolic, a suburb of Ashaiman, to construct a car park for churches in the area. I know that area very well. Car park. We see car park we'll get to. Anyway, then we have the Finder. The Finder newspaper has on the front page, tackling meningitis and H1N1 outbreak of strain, vaccines to arrive weekend as Health Minister fast-tracks the process in Switzerland. We don't even have it. Vaccines. Ghana. We don't even have it. To travel the way to Switzerland. Anyway, hot plans to prevent us from contesting positions, MPP external branches. And then we have Nagrat wade into SHS health concerns. 400 megawatts car powership commissioned. You have to say that 470. Somebody was saying 400 and but let's go on according to the next paper, the Daily Statesman newspaper. MPP holds extraordinary conference to adopt constitutional amendment. Attempts to politicize EC probe unfortunate, Mustafa Hamid. And then Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Commission. Okay, so we have those stories there. All right. So I think those will be the newspapers. Now let's get on to, I haven't done the Daily Dispatch. Okay, so the Daily Dispatch newspaper, the front page says, battle for MPP's national chairman slot. Can Team or Rahman beat Blay? La la la. The story is on it's in the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Government Governor of Bank of Ghana spills the beans on the collapse of UT and Capital Banks. It says about over 3 point something billion was lost. Professor Wusu on Ghana, UGCC and Nkrumah. All that's there. All right. Now let's go to myjoyonline.com and try to get what are on the pages of the home pages of myjoyonline.com and try to review them. Now, you can get interactive throughout the rest of the morning, especially on the AM show, on Facebook, JoyNews on TV. We also have a handle on Twitter, JoyNews on TV. You can always watch us live on YouTube. MyJoyOnline TV is the name of our channel. Standard weights to be enforced in the next 2 years, Professor Dodu. And it says the authority, that's the Ghana Standards Authority, is pushing a bold initiative to enforce the use of weights and measures in local transactions. We'll see whether we'll stop using the Olunka and all that and be doing weights. So it means that traders would have to buy scales and all that to be measuring Gary instead of the Olunka. But Olunka. Now let's go on to the next one. New tax cut to take effect in 2018 according to the Ghana Revenue Authority. They are giving all those assurances and that it will take effect from next year. So at least those of us who perhaps do business and will have to file our tax returns will get to know that we'll be getting some rebates or not. So we'll get to see all that from next year. 35% of malaria drugs in Ghana are substandard. And according to a report by the Institute of Health Research of UHAS, that's the University of Health and Allied Sciences in the Volta region, according to research by an epidemiologist and director of the Institute of Health Research of UHAS, this is a grave concern. It's true. Sometimes nothing works. You have to do mop-up before you are okay. So you go and buy the drug, you take the normal 3-day course. One morning, first 8 hours time, you take it. So you have to do mop-up. Many of us don't know. One year mop-up, no, but say I say, untinimuno, style bisano. It's a problem. Well, let's get on to the next story. Police beef up security in Ashanti Central regions ahead of Christmas. A lot of police activities are ongoing, and we wish them well. Ghana places 7th on Africa's Financial Markets Index. Expanding and deepening financial markets across Africa is a central condition for the next stage of the continent's development. It's good. The wealth being created on these markets should spread to the citizen. There should be equity, equitable distribution of resources. That means that we don't need a top-bottom way of creating wealth, in which those are from the middle and to the downward levels really have no access to wealth. We have a lot of housing. It's top priority on many investment lists in Ghana, but people don't have access to housing. The upper end houses are too expensive, and at the lower end, people can't afford to. Just doesn't make sense, does it? But let's see. So we have International Symposium open to celebrate Professor Anyidoho. An international symposium and spoken art festival dubbed a celebration of Kofi Anyidoho's contribution to African literature and culture was on Thursday, opened in Accra. Poultry Sports Ministry allocation is testimony that NPP is not youth-centered. Pelpo. Next story. Mine workers petition Parliament over plan 1,500 layoffs. It's a big problem. Let's scroll up and see whether we can get some other stories there. You have scroll up. The wages cannot be reason for mine workers layoffs according to union. You have EC bosses post threat to 2020 polls. H1N1 outbreak. GMA condemns a Akufo-Addo visit to Kumaka. We have other stories. Let's go up. Okay, the festival of place is up. I need to go get the tickets quickly. I'll be visiting this time around. So 23rd, 25th, 1st and 2nd. Charlie Makobi. Forget it. Standard weights to be enforced, new task cuts, all that. So we have a lot of videos. Let's go up. So you have a lot of videos. All these videos have been linked to our channel on YouTube, MyJoyOnline TV. When you go there right now, MyJoyOnline TV on YouTube, we are streaming live. You can watch us. Data, we're told, is now cheap. in Ghana. So now you can watch on your phone. Very cheap data on all the telecom networks. So you can watch us on My Joy Online TV. If you don't have a TV set, don't worry about it. My Joy Online data is cheap in Ghana. Now let's go to City FM. This should be it. Swine flu drug arrives today. Vaccines expected on Saturday. You need to Ghana. I say yakra. Hey. So in America, when they have problems, where do they import their drugs from? Yo. EUW Vice Chancellor Finance Officer found guilty of financial irregularities. And then we have Yendi trainee teachers lock out principal, reject meet allowances. And then we have Kotek students clash with police after attacking SDSHS. But let's go up. Government grant Trazaco Valley residents paid access to motorway. That's not bad. Residents of Accra Splash Trazaco Valley can now heave a sigh of relief. If you pay, you make entry onto the motorway. It's not bad. They should do it for the other residential areas like Ajekujo and all that. So I will pass through. You know. All right. So Ghana Rugby ends 2017 on high notes with Gets into Rugby Festival. Ghana's Yebo Rugby. Let's go to the Africa page of the BBC. Zimbabwe leader seeks end to sanctions, and Emerson Mnangagwa says measures against members of the ruling elite are crippling development. Police killed at Somali Training Academy, and apparently the killing was done by a bomber wearing a peace uniform during a parade in a police uniform wearing, and he infiltrated the police, killed 18 of them in a suicide mission. Africa highlight: Mandela family fury over funeral money, $1 billion oil money to fight Boko Haram, and Ghana bans Christmas firecrackers. Already they are in the market. So I don't know how come they've already been sold to Accra. 3 days ago I was hearing some on the motor, people were splashing, so I'm wondering how they... Tanzania demands justice over killings. And those are basically the stories we have on the various online portals. And please, that'll be it for now. That's the review. We bring you the latest sports stories. Is up next. Do stay on. We will be right back.